And the question with which we stopped yesterday was, how do we know how much power we have at this point? So that, we are prepared. A lot of people say that the age of the soul is very difficult to know. Because they say the soul is actually ageless. It has no age. So how can you say, and they say you have to know the age of the soul? Because the soul is said to be eternal. And the soul is eternal. There is no way that you can measure it. If you see everything in life, if you try to understand, in one family, if there are two children, let us say they're identical twins. Their behavior, their likes and dislikes, their understanding, everything is so different. Even though they are exposed to the same kind of environment, the same friends, the same parents, they're so different. So they're coming with their own traits. That means to say they must have had a past. This would not be their beginning at all. You will see a 1-year-old showing a lot of traits of anger. But you cannot guarantee that every 1-year-old will have that kind of anger. Right? How much is a child exposed to in 1 year to have so much anger? I've seen 1-year-old children gritting their teeth because it's so wild at something. And they're only exposed to a lot of affection, a lot of love in 1 year. So it seems very strange that a child could show such traits. And you can see very small children showing traits of an adult, very generous, very kind-hearted, very much loving. So there are 3 ways we are forming the sanskaras that we had spoken about in the very first day. One, the environment, the people that you interact with. One, genetically you get from your parents. And then third type is what you already born with. You come with it from a journey that you already taken. You would see in your own family that you're so different from your family. The kind of traits your mother has, your father has, you don't have it. You're very different. So you carry your own, you're going through your own journey. And you've carried it from the past. So what is this past we're talking about? We're not talking about a physical past, we're talking about the spiritual past, the journey of the soul. And so you understand that the soul had a past before this body. Because is it eternal? So it keeps taking some amount of matter and continues to come down. So then, how many bodies did I take then? Another question is, how many bodies? I take one body, leave, then take another one, then take another. How many have I taken and have come, and how many more am I going to take? Because when I need this body, to some other body I need to take some amount of matter to communicate to the world, I need a body. So when people have been questioned about this, even Sadhu and Sant, they have said, neti, neti, meaning neither this, neither that, we don't know. Where we are come from, where we are going, we don't know. It's just acceptance of nature, we need to go. But then, we have to understand it. If I would compare myself to be an actor, I should know my script. I should know the act for which I am here. So you can compare this whole journey to a cycle, not a straight line. Because one straight line, it is never ending. You don't know, there's no purpose in it. Just going on. But you see anything in nature that's morning, afternoon, evening, night, and there's again morning, afternoon, evening, night. Everything is cyclic. So everything in nature starts off and ends, and then starts off and ends. So the journey of the soul is also cyclic. That's why they say Janam Marana Chakra. They never say Janam Marana line or something. Janam Marana Chakra. It goes around. So if I were to draw a circle and show it to you and say, can you see it? Where does it begin and where does it end? You would say, Sister, I can't make that out. It must have begun somewhere. But it's a cycle. And it spins. This particular cycle is not random. It has phases. Like how you have a show, a movie show. you have a morning show and what you have matinee, and I don't know, they have too many shows. And all these shows, they show the same thing. But the thing is, there are scenes in it. First there is the golden period of that movie. It's like everybody is so happy and enjoying and everything. Second period, you're actually waiting for something to go wrong. And the third period, really something goes wrong. The villain enters, and then the fourth scene, there's a lot of commotion, a lot of disturbances, and there's a lot of problems. And then the fifth scene, the hero wins over the villain, and then there is victory, and the happy days are here again. So it starts off again the golden period from copper, that is gold to silver, to copper to iron. That's what we will tell. So this is the journey of the soul also. Because we're showing scenes in this, so we can compare it to a drama. But that drama and this drama are different in the sense that in that drama, they can change the role, they can change the costume. If somebody is sick, they can take somebody else's role. But here we cannot do that. We are all actors of this unlimited drama, and the world is a stage, as Shakespeare had said. And the sun, the moon, the stars are lightning on the stage. But we cannot change our costume nor our role. Nobody can take up our role. Nobody can be like me. I can never be like anybody else. This is who I am. Nobody can take my costume. If I wait to leave this body, somebody can't take my body and play my part. No, they cannot. Very unique journey that the soul has. Then the question arises, who is the director for this drama? Because there's so much sorrow. Also, the people are happy, but a lot of people are sorrowful. They go through very, very bad phases in their life. So what kind of director has directed this kind of a movie or this kind of a drama? You say God is a director. If God is a director, why so many wrong things are happening? Now I'll put forth to you a question. Whatever the director does, what is the role of the director? He directs you, he shows you what to say, what dialogue to speak, how to speak, much before you go onto the stage. Once you're on the stage, the director does not interfere. If you speak something wrong, he doesn't come onto the stage and say, stop, you can't say that. It's your mistake and your thing. Now, if you are not performing well, the audience might throw tomato at you. That is your thing now. The director has done whatever he has to do. Yeah, if you have you have it in you to meet eye to eye with the director sometime, maybe he will prompt you. Maybe he will gesture to you and say, no, that's not right. He might even speak out a dialogue to you. You can hear. But if you're not even looking at him and you are playing the role that the way you want, the repercussions is your responsibility now. It's not his. So what are the outcomes that you see in the world right now is on the basis of the roles that we have acted in a very not so organized way. So the results have not been very good. So he's not responsible. A lot of people say, how come I don't know what is right and wrong, why God is not helping me, something like that. And I say, how can you say you don't know what is right and wrong? Everyone knows. As a 2-year-old, I know. Her father was having, a very long day, and he just slept on the couch. So she's playing with stickers, the child, and she went and she stuck all the stickers on her father. Now, don't ask me why she did that, but she stuck her father with all the stickers from head to foot, and he's so deep in sleep, and probably he's so used to his daughter meddling with him, so he is not bothering his slept. So all the stickers on face and hands and all. When he got up, he saw the stickers and he's trying to remove, and it's very painful. It was a really bad gum, I don't know what it was. And so the wife came to put some water and try to remove. In that house, there is a room which is not furnished yet. And a small chair which is kept in the corner. And whenever she throws a temper tantrum or she misbehaves, what they do is that they make her sit on that chair and say, time out. 5 minutes silence, you're not going to come, you're not going to play, you're not going to, interact with anybody. So for a child to sit with no entertainment for 5 minutes, it's so painful. So she would have to sit at 5 minutes, time out. So that day when the wife is trying to remove the stickers to the husband, she suddenly noticed that the child is not to be seen anywhere. They searched, and then she was sitting on her own on the chair. So they asked her, why are you sitting, beta? What's your problem? Why are you sitting there? So she says, I gave pain to daddy. So I'm sitting there. If a 2-year-old knows what is right and wrong, which adult can say that they don't know? You are not able to control, that is your problem. It is not God's problem. Isn't it? So direction has already been taken place. Now your understanding is, what is my role? If I am playing the role of a hero, I should be happy with it, and I should read my script and see how I should speak and what I should do. That is the role of a hero. He is very particular about this role. He won't keep looking at a villain and thinking, why is he playing a villain role? Is that a task that you are being given? So most of our energy is going in villain roles. Why he is playing like that? Why is he doing this? Why is he speaking like that? See, when Ramayana was telecasted on television in my school days, the Ravana who played the role was appreciated a lot. Though his role is such a negative character, he depicted a negative thing, but everywhere in airports and everything, people will rush up to him, take an autograph from him because he acted the role well. So in the same way in our life, if I know what my role is, I am at least concerned who the villain is, because the villain has come into my life to bring out the best in me. And every scene that is happening in this drama of my life is very essential, because it is teaching me something, making me into something, and making me learn something. There is nothing in drama which is waste. Nothing. Worst of the worst things, people have come out and done something so beautiful out of it. If we do not pick up the greatness in the scene, we remain very complacent and just giving up on things. But every scene has a beautiful meaning. I remember initial years of meditation, I went to Bangalore to write an entrance exam for NIMHANS, it is National Institute of Mental Health, so to do my MPhil there. So I got the written, which was very tough, and I was very happy. My name was there in the list, and I called up and told my professor, my father, my mother, and I was very happy. But then, when the interview time came, they came and told me that I cannot attend the interview because my MA results are not out. And I told it will come next month. Osmania University, the campus, there we had a lot of strikes. So I'm going to have the results later, exams was late. He said, no, then you write next year. I said the whole enthusiasm again to build and again to write was something I was not very keen. So I said, please can you try? No, these are our rules. He said, so I went out and I sat, because my friends assumed that it's going to take some time for the interview, so they went to have something to eat. So I was waiting alone, and the questions started coming into my mind. I said, why is this happening to me? Why? I worked so hard, I did everything right, so why wrong things happen? I don't understand. So I'm going on questioning. And when you talk to your relatives, you talk to somebody, they always tell you, this is wrong, what has happened to you, this is not good, you should fight it. And my friends also said the same thing. But then, when I was sitting there, I felt I was questioning God, why is this happening, when I planned out so much. What's happening? And then I felt in the eye of my mind that I'm seeing a screen, like a drama screen, and it is shut. The stage is not visible. So I'm telling God, please open the screen. I want to see what is inside. I'm telling in my mind, I want to see what is beyond the screen. And I felt God is telling me, nothing is prepared. The actors are not dressed up. The scene is not ready. So even if I open the screen, you won't see anything there. So why do you want to see it? Wait and see. This is the response I got. Because the meaning of the scene you will understand eventually. The question I asked him is that I want to do this course to help a lot of people. This is about clinical psychology. So I want to help a lot of people. I will be able to reach out to a lot of people. So how come I'm not allowed to do the course? This is the question. Eventually, after another year, I suddenly realized I was doing very much the same thing. And with a greater satisfaction and for a greater cause. Not sitting in a clinic and going from one paycheck to another. So what purpose with which one has to live, it is there, there's a meaning there, but it depends upon how much you want to catch it and know that there is something it's taking you to. So this is the whole background about drama. So anything happens, You should remember drama. Drama का scene था. You don't question a drama scene. When I was in my 5th class, my uncle took me to a movie. The villain was running to the left, and the hero came and stood there and said, "Where did he go? Where did he go?" I got up in the movie theater and said, "Go to the right, go to the right." Everyone in the theater laughed at me. See, because I got so involved. And I said, "Go to the left, go to the left." And then everybody, and then there's a lady sitting next to me, she did like this to me. She said, "He will surely find the way because you told he'll go there," because she was, very lovingly, she said, in drama, you're not supposed to get so emotional. People laugh at it. In the same way, this is also a drama which is going on, and everything which is happening, if it didn't happen, it was not the truth. If it is happening, it's the truth. Good or bad, whatever is happening, it is the right thing which is happening. You cannot question it. You have to see what is trying to teach you and what is the secret it is keeping with it and is coming with it to give us. I can give you so many examples about how drama taught me. So this is a beautiful drama which is going on with scene after scene. Like if the tapestry on the wall with a beautiful painting, and there's a black background with pink flowers on it, let us say. And let us say you are a speck on somewhere in the corner of the painting, you're just a speck. You look around and you see this black everywhere and you say, "My life is black." But if somebody would tell, "Please fly from there and come here and watch as an observer this whole scene." And when you fly from there and see the same picture, you will say, "Oh my God, the black background is a necessary thing. It's a necessary event for the pink flowers to bloom and show its presence." So whatever is happening, it is a training. It's a training to take us to something more bigger. So that's exactly why it's important that something you cannot understand at that point of time, you should always say drama. It's drama and it's going on. Each scene is going on and it's going accurately the way it has to go. And another thing is to know that what is my script. I'm not bothered about other scripts, whether they are doing fine or not. "Oh, you're a villain, why did you take up a villain role?" Is that not my business? What is my business? Do you consider yourself to be a hero? And they say the whole movie runs around the hero because all the problems come to him. And if you're a hero, you got to go through what you have to go through, and that is why you consider it a hero. So this is drama. Now we'll come to the point of how is it that it is shown, what is happening in each scene of this drama, in a more unlimited way of the journey of the soul. How it begins and how it ends, the first and the second, the third and the fourth scenes. How does it go about? This is shown very beautifully in Bhakti, in the form of the swastika. They show the cycle of the soul. Swastika means swa ka astitva. Swa ka astitva means the journey and the reality of the self. That is why in a swastika, it is called the swastika because if you've seen a swastika before, you will see there are dots. There are dots at every swastika turn. Have you seen that? Dot here, 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 there put if you have noticed. Swastika and 4 dots. The dot represents the soul. The journey of the soul. The cycle of the soul. That is why swastika is a kind of a thing they apply before in a Griha Pravesham during marriage. When you inaugurate something new, a business or a car or anything, they'll put swastika. They say only auspiciousness because of that. Only good will happen. But honestly, many have put this sign during marriages and everything. There have been failed marriages and accidents and failed businesses also. Let us come to reality, even after putting this. So by putting it, you won't get success. If you understand the meaning behind it, then in every loss you will see gain. That's what it means. That's exactly what swastika means. So the journey of the self or the soul is such. Can you all see from that end the swastika? So if you see here, it starts off from here. The golden period of the soul, it is considered to be a period where the soul lived in various bodies, of course, where there was no crime, there were no jails, of course, no courts, no hospitals, absolutely nothing, and there is nobody higher than another, they are also equal. And this period is called the golden time, the golden world or golden age. It is also a time where it is said to be, in Hindi we say Satya Yoga, means it is a true time, the true age. The soul is totally beautiful. See, even now, if I ask you, can you talk about a perfect relationship? Can you give a lecture about a perfect relationship? You can talk, no? Unconditional love, no expectations, blah blah blah. And then if I tell you, can you describe a perfect human being? And you will tell about how a person has to be so nice. And you can recognize perfection. But in reality, you've never seen a perfect relationship, you've never seen a perfect person, but you can talk about it because the soul has an experience of perfection already at one point, not now, long back. So it knows what is perfection. That means you've experienced a period where you were perfect. And obviously this is not the beginning. This moment is not the beginning at all. So even during childhood we have not seen perfection. In ourselves, forget about others. I meet a lot of people who talk about being 3-year-old, 4-year-old and having sorrow. They go back to that age and they say, we had a lot of sorrow. We think childhood is like a very happy life, yes. And not at all. There are a lot of images and so many feelings which are there. Yeah, see, that is what it is there. So this is, obviously this is not a beginning then. So if you see here, the very first period is 1250 years where the arrow is like this. The swastika, if you see, it's like this. Meaning the ones who lived there were always givers. Givers. देने वाले देवता है. जो देते हैं ना देवता, जो लेने वाले देवता. So they are always giving. So they are the ones who are always giving. Not one person is a taker actually. That is the most beautiful part. All were givers. So it's 1250 years. They were always giving. And that's why we worship them even now so much. They were just giving. And after that period comes a Treta Yuga or silver period. In the silver age, the arrow is down like this. The amount of purity that they had in the golden period has come down 2 degrees down. But you won't know the difference. Still there are no jails, there's no crime, no hospitals, nothing. Absolutely nothing. So this also lasts for 1050 years. So 2500 years, if you see, there is a period where the soul experiences beauty. Which Christians understand it as Adam and Eve. They had swarg, they had heaven, and they lost it later. Christians talk about Jannat, paradise, and Jannat. You know, the swarg, the same concept. Yeah, so this is about 2500 years. It's a kingdom. It's not just 2 people roaming in the heaven. It is a whole lot of population. It's a kingdom. So this is about 2500 years. And the third period, if you see, it is like this. The arrow is like this. Meaning, the moment of begging has begun. Seeking out, searching, asking. Meaning, little bit a tinge of sorrow has set in. The amount of perfection and happiness is reduced to a large extent, and now there is sorrow. And so because of that, they are seeking out to God, calling out to God, and that is why the hand is shown like this, the time of seeking has begun. And this is the time when first Abraham comes. And then Buddha, then Jesus Christ, then Prophet Muhammad. They all come in this copper period, which is called the Dwapar Yuga. Dwapar means split of land, split of religion, split of everything. All split state, but there is no unity now anymore. So because of that, there is seeking continues at this point of time. And each one comes at their own time, each religious founder giving whatever the need of the hour is. Where there is demand, there is supply. So there is lot of demand. So all these religious founders come here. Then the fourth scene, if you see, the hand is like this, the arrow is like this. It's like this. which means Kali Yuga, which is called Kalaha Yuga, Kalaha Kalesh, lot of suffering of the soul. The hand is shown, the arrow is shown like this because that they will raise their hand for violence without any reason. In Copper period also there was wars, but it was a reason to protect their land, to protect their honor. But here in Kali Yuga, they will raise their hand for violence with no reason. It is said in Hindi, "Khune nahek khel." It is without a reason, a war of bloodshed and everything. Because you can go and put a bomb on somebody. Why did you put just like that? They will say. Why you want to do? I feel. There is no enmity, nothing. Just want to do it just for the sake of it, and they blame God. That's why they will do wrong and they blame God. That's why they show the arrow like this. There is a lot of commotion and chaos in Kali Yuga. In the end of Kali Yuga, which also lasts for 1050 years, the Copper period also lasts for 1050 years, and at the end of this particular Kali Yuga is a small period of time which lasts for 100 years, which is called the confluence age. This confluence age is shown in Bhakti, in Kumbh Mela. Where the ocean and rivers meet, they say there's a time to go and dip yourself and become pure. It is not the water which can purify you. If the water purifies you, then why to go again and again? It doesn't purify you. But the thing is, it is the ocean which is stable, constant. It's always there. It never changes. Ocean is always there. Rivers flow in different directions. So we are all oceans. Because we have life, death, and we keep going everywhere. Ocean is God. He does not take rebirth. He's in one place. When I, a river, go and meet the ocean, it's a time of purification. It's about you connecting to God. That's a time of purification. It's nothing to do with water. You can dip in all the waters on earth, but the soul cannot be purified. I don't know about the body will get purified. I doubt that also. But if you go to Sri Shalam, there is a lingam where they ask you to touch your forehead to it. Only in Sri Shalam they do that. Nowhere else. You touch your forehead to the lingam, which also depicts the confluence age, where you don't require any mediator, where you, the soul, connect to the Supreme directly with no interference. And that is when you can get purified. Any person in between, then it's very difficult to purify yourself. When God Himself becomes your Guru. That's what it is shown in the lingam. So that happens in confluence age. So confluence age is the age of settlement. Confluence age is the age of transformation. Confluence age is also called Purushottama Sangam Yuga. Purushottam means the one who can become Uttam among Purush. You can become in this age. You know this is a confluence age now. It's the end of Kali Yuga. I said, how do you know that? I'll tell you. You go to any bookstore. You want to buy a book. All self-help books are the most bestsellers. More than any novels. Novels may be bestsellers sometimes. I'm not saying they are not, but people want to buy books. How to overcome jealousy. How to overcome anger. How to be a best manager. All how to books are sold the most. Initially, even in my, when I was younger, if any bhakti thing comes on television, we would off it. I have never enjoyed anything to do with bhakti, especially if someone dies, they play that some music, sad music. Just don't want to listen to anything bhakti. Now there are so many bhakti channels because there is a demand. So many. One is enough, but so many asta, this, that, about that, and people watch it. I meet youngsters who come and say, sister, we watch Asta channel, we see Shivani, you watch Arya? Yeah, we all watch it. And for all you know, when I came to Brahma Kumaris, I was 20. I was really quite young. And absolutely no sorrow in the sense of the word, like going through a lot of problems. Nothing, only concentration in college and in career. That's all. Sorrow I was not going through. But there was a pull because the soul was old. Body may be however young, because you see in the Kali Yuga end we are, how old the soul is? 5,000 years maximum a soul could be. The journey begins here, no? So if you add up 1,500, 1,000 to 1,050, it is 5,000 years then. The soul is old. So by the time the soul comes to the confluence age period, it is drained. Not by its drained, but the soul has lost its energy and the values it stayed by. And that is when there is attraction to transformation. Till you don't come to the end part, you will not think of transformation. That's another thing. You will not even dream about changing yourself. So it's okay, I have weakness, it's okay. That's what people will be thinking. So this particular confluence age is where we are, and we say that Kali Yuga has ended, and a lot of people ask questions, how do you know Kali Yuga has ended? A lot of people say, oh, out of 40,000 years still are there, because they just want to while away their time. No, there's not much time left. It's written in the scriptures, the sign that Kali Yuga has ended is when you start buying water. They wrote here in the copper period. You're buying water? In my school days, I never ever bought water in my life. We buy water properly. And secondly, when a man has hairstyle of a woman and woman has a hairstyle of a man, it's not about right or wrong. That is how it is managing, or whatever way they have to live, accordingly they have to do what they have to do. So that is a sign, because you have to manage so many things. Even hair becomes a difficult thing actually to manage. I think in those days people would, there were a lot of maids doing your hair and everything. So you have to be practical now. So that is the end of Kali Yuga. Another sign that the end of Kali Yuga is a man will marry a man and a woman will marry a woman. This is happening now. And they say the end of Kali Yuga is when Stree apna var mangengi. It's not a right or wrong again, but a girl will go and propose to a boy, which is not happening for a bit long years, I think so. But it is happening now. As I hear, they go and ask for a boy. This is all the end of Kali Yuga, which is already there. Now we are at the confluence age. This is the time which is auspicious, because time and God will help us to purify ourselves. Every way, in every sense of the word, there is help received. If you want to, you can do it 100%. That is what is a confluence age. Now in this cycle, when the age, and this particular cycle is shown beautifully in 3 ways in Bhakti. If you go to a temple, they always tell you, go around. They don't tell you, you know already. Pradakshana, go. Some go 3 times, some go 8 times, some go dip in the water and do somersault. Everything they do, the meaning is only one. I've gone around the cycle. Oh God, now make me as a deity once again. You come and stop there and you do like this in front of the deity. Make me like this deity once again. I've lost those virtues, I've lost that beauty. And then again cycle around. God, I've finished my cycle. Please make me like this. But now nobody knows why they go going around. They just go around and say, please, help me, and they're talking about different things, which is actually not the right thing. If you go round and not know the meaning, it's as well taking a walk or an exercise. The meaning is, I've gone round the cycle. For that matter, I can just sit here also and think I've gone round the cycle. It's like taking real protection around the temple. You sit and think I've gone round the cycle. Second, they show in a temple during Aarti time, they put kapur, that is the karpuram, and then they will take Aarti. And they'll come to you and you do like this and you put money in it. Which means the light signifies the soul, and they're saying, oh soul, you've taken a journey around the cycle. They never do Aarti without light. The light has taken a circle round, and they do it to the deity, because and without applying a tilak to the deity, they will never worship. The applying the tilak, that means to say, is a soul which took the journey. The body does not. If the body has taken the journey around, we would have seen the image of Narayan somewhere, no? That kind of beauty, that kind of purity. We don't see anybody like that here. The body doesn't go around. The soul goes around the cycle. So they show that the cycle is, they've gone and they do like that, Aarti, they remove. And when they come to you, they say, initially when the kings used to be there, the pujaris used to say, Panch kodi paise do, Panch kodi paise do. They used to come and tell everybody, meaning give the 5 vices which you don't use it, which is not good for you, just remove it, renounce it, because it's the end of the cycle now. So apna panch vikar ko aap swaha kar do. So they come to you and then we do like this, saying, I am the same soul. You touch that light and you say, I'm the same soul. I'm the same soul who's taken the journey around the cycle, and you give some money, which is symbolic in the sense of talking about giving up the vices. Now they give money to some sort of donation. What donation will you give to God? They give donation to God. Anyway, so that is what they do. And they put a crown on your head that may you become the king of your body once again. May you be a ruler, because right now we are thinking your bodies are going on. They give you that crown on your head and they say you are a soul, the master of this body. Remember that. But the pujaris themselves don't remember that. No. The meaning is not given. Everybody goes and does whatever. I was asking somebody, you know why you touch that light and do like this? She's saying, I don't know, maybe to purify the eyes, it seems. Eyes don't get purified. So another third way that they show, in the hand of Sri Krishna or Vishnu, they show Swadarshana chakra spinning, and when he used to leave it, it used to behead the demons and he used to kill them. You've already understood about Navratri, the demons are not out there, everything. You've understood the concept. So now the understanding is, they did not spin the discus to go and kill some demon out there, but it is called Swadarshana chakra. Swa for darshan karne wale chakra. If you have a vision of who you are and how you have taken a journey round, when you realize that you kill the demons inside of you. That's what it means. That is why they worship so much. If we even remember one generation before, we don't do anything wrong now. Somebody was saying, sister, I was so tempted, I went to China, I was so cold it was, I wanted to drink, sister. If all my friends were drinking, they said, Arey, don't be foolish, drink or else you suffer. And I told myself, how I should do that? Then I remembered one generation away, two generations, my father, my grandfather, my brothers, they don't drink, they are so strong in their values, I will not. I come from such a family, I am known for that. My family is known for values, I cannot touch it. He said, just remember in the family I came from, I could control. So you imagine which generation, which kind of a clan you come from right in the beginning of the deity clan. So when you remember where we came from, automatically control comes. That's exactly why we have to spin this discus in our mind. Where did I come from? What kind of an old soul I am? So now you know the age of the soul. Do you consider yourself to be an old soul or a new soul? Old only. Old only. You can't be new. If you are a new soul, you have no time to sit and listen like this. You have no time at all. New souls are very successful. I'm not saying you are not. You will all also be successful, but new souls don't have to make too much effort. Not much effort they have to do either through their mind or in their actions. Hardly much. And they have lot of attractive power. Because they just came, not the beginning of the cycle for them. All don't come from the beginning. They all come different ways. So some come in the end of Kali Yuga also very powerful in their own way. And you would see that, you see somebody, what, they do nothing and they're so lucky. That is the beginning of their cycle. Na? So they are enjoying their time. So old souls are tired souls now. They have used up their energy, they've had the great times also. It's not like they did not. They've gone through all that. Now is a part of the time where the soul is tired. There's conflict of values, there's conflict of thoughts, and conflict about how to deal with others. There's always want to be good but don't know how to. These conflicts will be there for an old soul. And for old soul, the powers are minimum now, not in a very high way. That is why the soul is attracted to knowing more. The attraction to change is there within. So that is why we have to connect to God and empower ourselves, because the powers will start working much more effectively. So this is about the cycle, about the journey of the soul and how we are a part of this huge drama and we're all playing our own parts, and we are in the fifth scene, the scene where we will win over the villain. Who is the villain? Our own weaknesses. Nobody out there. We are near where? Near where, you understand? In Sikhism, the beautiful words are there. Nirvair, Nirvair, Nirbhay. There are no डर नहीं है क्योंकि कोई शत्रु भी नहीं है ना. अभी शत्रु हो तो फिर डर हो. कोई मेरा शत्रु नहीं है, कोई चीज से हमको डर भी नहीं है. ना परिस्थिति से, ना शरीर की बीमारी से, ना भविष्य से है, ना पास्ट से है. कोई आके दादा ने somebody is telling, I'm very scared about what? About my past. पास्ट तो हो गया ना. अभी पास्ट जो हो गया उससे क्या डर है? नहीं, मेरे पास से कोई वापस ना आ जाए. मैंने कहा पास्ट इज इम्प्योरिटी बिकॉज इट्स ओवर. बासी खाना थोड़ी ना खाते कोई, जिसको पसंद नहीं रहता उसको भले उसको ठीक करते. कई माताओं में कला होती है, चलो टैलेंट. they take the old things and mix here and there and they make a very nice tasty dish. So whatever has happened in the past, उसको अच्छा ठीक कर दो मन में कि वो दुख नहीं दे. Because what happens past drains the sparkle in the face. Whenever you see some faces, I know they are very much drowning in some worry of the past and sometimes of the future also. Future का भी रहता. And the face doesn't have that sparkle. You know what a sparkle is?
Shining.
All that shining. It's not like they should always smile. थोड़े ना है ऐसे, थोड़े smile करते रहेंगे. But that sparkle is on this dullness is set in. They don't even know themselves. तो देखे तो पता पड़ता है इनकी लाइफ में कुछ है, heaviness है, उसे निकलना चाह रहे हैं. So usually when everybody comes for class, we have regular classes after this. Every day we have class. Like our Subbarao Bhai and Nirmala Ben and Radhika, they come every day. So when they come for the first time and they're listening, in the beginning I see their faces and I think, there's something there. As that months pass by and I see the sparkle comes back. The one who is sitting and speaking would know how the sparkle, how the face changes. Because somehow the soul has overcome those aspects, the things, the blocks, easily. Not a lot of effort, but easily just the knowledge inputs and then the freshness starts coming. And then we can deal with life easily. So this is a very important knowledge. Now, yesterday you all thought about what power you had and what power you didn't have. You all checked, no?
Yes.
Very good, thank you. You don't have to tell, it is your information. Now today the exercise is, you're continuing with the rest of the exercises, 4 5 exercises I've given. Are you continuing?
Yes.
Oh, fantastic. Now the thing is, today's exercise is, we're all actors here, we're all playing our parts. Whatever scene you didn't like in the past, you understand it happened for a meaning. You learn from it or not, that is your problem. It is not the problem of the scene. It has happened with a reason. One man came up and told me, sister, why my son is cerebral palsy he has? What sin have I committed but that my child is like this? 14-year-old and so dependent on us. We've done 4 surgeries on him. Why, sister, this is like this? I said, no, this is a very bad attitude. With which you're saying that such a bad karma I have done or sin I have done. That's not the way to see it. I asked him, since before 14 years, how much patience you had? What are the changes you see in yourself? He said, lot of patience, lot of tolerance, lot of compassion, lot of understanding. All that has come into me and my wife. This boy has come into your life to teach you patience and compassion. Not for your sins. Understand that. Or else you're going on spending time in rectifying him. He's come to rectify you. This is a journey for everything that is happening to us. It is making us. Okay? This point is very necessary. Everything that happens to us makes us. Every person I've seen where everything great was happening, they have not become very, कुछ evolved नहीं हुए हैं. But the person who's a chairman, if he has time, I'll ask him to come and share the story with you. He's a chairman of Nagarjuna Fertilizers. K.S. Raju. He was sharing a beautiful experience on his 60th birthday. He said, all the good things that happened to me spoiled me. He said. We're not saying saying good things should not happen, I'm not saying that. But he is saying, जो भी goodness हुआ है मेरे साथ, it spoiled me. But whatever bad has happened to me, made me. This is my experience on my 60th birthday I'm sharing with you. All the people who were difficult actually made me stronger. Actually made me realize how good I was. With my due respects to my aunts and uncles and my parents who spoiled to me, he's telling. And that's the truth. That is really a truth. But that doesn't mean we are welcoming some problems all the time. I'm not saying that either. Man, mujhe maar, come. I'll create more problems for myself. No, we're not talking about that area. We're not even thinking like in the sense of a sour grapes, that है life ऐसा है तो ठीक है ना, अच्छा ही है करके सोच के चलना. That's not what I'm trying to tell you. I'm telling you, it's a journey, it's a process, and everything happens for a reason. There's one lady who was born in a very, very, very poor family, and they didn't even have food to eat like that. So mother started stitching, and so she taught the daughter also how to stitch. She picked up everything, and she learned from her mother. Since she was 12, she would do stitching. Mother is not around, she could stitch a blouse and all that she did. And the mother earned. And then what happened was, she grew up, and then she got married into a very good family. And that man did very well, and he shifted to Hyderabad, and his business was doing very well. It's a family business, everything well, and she's very well off. But one thing was there in her, she would not want to see anybody from her village. Because it would remind her of all those days when she went through so much poverty. So anybody from her village, she would avoid, not meet, not talk. She would never visit her village. Usually what happens is, especially in Indian community, if you come to a city, you somehow help people back in the village. In some way or the other, But somehow she was very different. And so what happened was, her husband did some very unethical thing. I will not go to details. He did very unethical thing. Maybe sometimes money gets to the head. It gets to the head. Money is good, it's not bad. But when it gets to your head, you do wrong things. So he did something very wrong, so he lost all his money. He lost a lot of his property that he had to give off. And his brothers also went against him because naturally he did something unethical. And they took over the rest of the business and they put him out of the business. And he didn't have anything in his hand, and they're going back to below poverty line now because they sold the fridge. Can you understand what level they came to? Terrible selling. So she could see this coming back again, what she lived before. And she said, oh my God. And they had to shift the children from this what is it called, one very good Oak Ridge school. They shifted the children to some school nearby. That is the kind of change they had to bring. And so it is very terrible, and then she's going through so much sorrow and she's crying and crying. Husband is depressed on medication now. Nothing he is able to do. So then she's sitting and thinking, oh my God, why it happened to me? Why it happened to me? Why this sorrow? Why the poverty? Again it came. Then she sat down, and that is when she came for meditation. Her cousin brought her. She was meditating. One day in meditation she felt, every scene has taught me something. How can I forget? How can I forget every scene? So that scene I was trying to forget, which I'm not supposed to. What did I learn from the scene back in my village days is that I can stitch it. So she took up all her old clothes, that is old saris which are with silk cloth. She made pouches. A friend owns a boutique. She went and said, I'll give you like this. She's very creative. So I'll give you these pouches and keep it in the corner. If somebody buys, get a commission, you can take it. But can I keep it in your store? She said, yeah, you keep it. So for a marriage party came, they said, we want these pouches to give gifts to all the people. So they ordered and ordered. Now so many orders she gets. She bought a house. And she has outdoor one room where she has all this activity going on. They earn a lot. So her daughter was married, she's in it, her son-in-law also in it. They're so fetching that he left his software job and he's in this only. Son-in-law, daughter, son is still studying, he's doing engineering, but all of them are she is doing, she went and built a small school there in a village. She went back to the roots. Everything is teaching us. A beautiful lesson, not like सबक सिखाने की बात नहीं है. सबक सिखाने की बात नहीं, but समझ के चलने की बात. It will always help you. Nothing goes waste in our life. It comes in time to help. Tomorrow, I'll be answering a few questions about why do bad things happen to good people. One question. Why is wealth distributed so unproportionately throughout the world? And why there is disease, this kind of diseases to people, and different kind of lighter diseases for some. Somebody was telling me, when my friend got cancer, it was only first stage. Why my cancer is fourth stage? There are all these questions which are there will be answered tomorrow. And to understand is to and give freedom to yourself and others from questions. Okay? So you have any questions about today's class?
This 100 years you told me, so confluence. So how many of that 100 years is over and how many is left?
Now 76 years are over.
You have only 24 years?
Yes.
So after 24 years?
There will be a transformation naturally.
Means?
And a better world, a new world, everything new.
But who are very young, for them it will be wonderful, but
No, but the soul.
only 5 years.
No, but the thing is, see, I'll explain to you tomorrow more clearly how this happens.
But sister, one thing I always feel, as you say, 4 in swastiks, 4 sectors you have made, you have brought down with every sector, with every epoch, or Dwapar, or these various looks. I have a feeling, though the body takes birth and rebirth, soul does not. Soul only helps it to roll back to the different yugas.
See, you are
So why I was asking, my question therefore, the other it may not be a question. I always feel energy cannot be old. Energy is always energy. It can have the dissipation in different forms. Conservation of energy like I can have same amount of energy distributed in this room. It may look very weak and feeble, but total energy which is distributed is still the same. Therefore, there is nothing like aging part, and therefore aging, when you said, I understood that decaying the kind of a push and pull power, but originally it may be the same. As you said, Atma is a part of Paramatma. When we go to the abode of the Paramatma, we are part of that whole world, which come in the behind about this eyes, and we see that we are a point. So this point never ages, only it resets in different epochs at different times to see the different problems and so on and so forth.
See, there are 2 types of energies. One is cosmic energy, another which is the conscient energy. Cosmic energy is what you have in trees and plants and nature and all different parts where you talk about electrons, protons and all that. But this is a conscient energy. It's not part of the nature. It's actually an energy which knows its own existence. There's a conscience is there. Yeah? So it is thinking, it is feeling, it is understanding, it's using this energy to connect to the world. So it will age. The capacity, the amount of spiritual energy the soul would have would naturally decrease as the days go by, as the years go by. But that conscient energy, that cosmic energy is the same. It doesn't use it in that kind of a level. There's a lot of rationale for a soul, of right and wrong and thinking and doing. And there's a phase of all different situations. The soul ages. It loses its energy. Yeah? And it is a soul which takes the journey, body does not, because the soul is eternal. Body, you get various different types of matter, you keep taking it and leaving it, taking and leaving it. So body doesn't go through a journey. It's a soul which goes through a journey, and it happens to have different matters which it takes up all through the journey. And what kind of a body it gets in whichever birth is determined by the actions it performs in the previous cycle, the previous birth. Accordingly, it takes that kind of a body. And in that kind of a family, that place, that country, that all I will tell you tomorrow. But the soul is having problems.
But who set a numeric value to the whole thing?
See, if you take up this mind, if you take this mind, let us say it is 4 years old. The first year it's good. It's very new. The second year,
No, I'm not questioning.
no.
The
So
imaging itself.
if you take up now, if you go back, you will understand there can't be a time much before that. There are 2,500 year history we have. Whatever we have.
So it's based on an assumption that
It's not an assumption. You will understand the 7th class how we came to know all this. It is no human being isn't written it.
Because there was maybe this the variety of offering, understanding of
The
yoga
cycle.
as a whole. Like you just said, the Kali Yoga is so many years, 40,000 something. So there are different interpretations across.
I think it will, all these questions will be answered tomorrow. In tomorrow's class. All the questions that, and what has been spoken, and how is it. The thing is, let me tell you one thing. Whatever you hear today, or whatever you hear here, do not accept it till you yourself understand it deeply. This is my personal experience. Do not take it, this is Sister Radhika speaking. I'm speaking on the basis of what I have experienced. This is my experience alone and my understanding alone. But when you are listening to it, you are listening, of course, with no blocks. But you really want to know if it is the truth, you would love to know. You're not rejecting it. But at the same time, you're not totally accepting it either. You are observing and you see what is right for you. Picking up, it's like a buffet. Pick up what suits you at this moment of time. But whatever understanding I got about the cycle is not on the basis of what people have explained to me. Let me put it across to you. I could never understand. A lot of sisters have asked, how is this possible? How is that possible? Whatever little knowledge I had, I would keep arguing a lot. I've never understood. None of the sisters could answer. Only through meditation I got clarity. Only through meditation. So I always tell people, when you don't understand this, I think you should spend more time in, meditating and understanding your soul has gone through a journey, and you will recognize it gently. That's how it worked for me. Okay, so we will have 2 minutes of silence, and tomorrow we meet at the same time.
6:30, right?
Yeah, because everybody joining in here by 7, I see.
Yeah, that's what today even we can meet.
I observed. Sit back and relax yourself. Getting yourself here, right now. You've taken out this time to charge yourself and reconnect to who you truly are. Now you're thinking that hidden behind these eyes is you, the soul. Hidden under layers of the skin. You're an eternal being of light. You go through a journey of life and death. The different experiences, rich capabilities. In different costumes, in different places on this earth, you've played your role. met different souls, you've connected differently. You are an experienced soul. And you're now preparing yourself to connect to God Himself. To recharge yourself, to empower yourself. You take the intellect beyond this earth and the universe to the land of light. Where God resides. Just the point of light and beautiful rays of love and peace emerging from Him. That image is clear in your mind and you remember Him. Knowing that you are a soul, a child of God, you remember Him. And He's charging you, preparing you.